Councilwoman, Chairwoman, I don't believe you were here, so you got the copy now as attached
Oh,
here.
that's right.
But if you recall, Council, Jen had passed out to you at the end of the meeting last Tuesday, so you get it out Monday night, just this budget amendment to reflect the amendments made through the deficit elimination plan for the current fiscal year. So this just aligns it with that as required by the state, and this budget amendment will be sent to the state
This is it.
to coincide with the deficit elimination plan that was updated, the amendment that was related to the current fiscal year.
Nope.
The fines and forfeitures,
Here, Cheryl, just make sure
we figure
hold on.
that the courts are gonna be
There we
$1
go.
million less
Actually, challenge funded.
than we anticipated,
Um,
970,000.
900, I remember it being 900, was it? Yeah, so
Sorry.
roughly that's what we adopted to the court fines. Was there more to the fines than just the court revenues, court fines?
I talked to the judge today and Vicky, and both had indicated that they were a little bit shocked by that number. They said that they knew that the number was off, but they were certain that it was closer to 400,000. So that was what I was gonna ask, is there some other numbers that are being buried in there that are not court related?
No, these are all at this point, they were court related based on the projections we had with current revenues and moving those forward. So,
Yeah,
I
they-
mean, we can always adjust up, I mean, that's better than, being short. You know,
She
so
passed out to us last
that-
week.
if we look at that and we get through the next quarter or so and look and see, the trends projected back the other way.
Yeah, I talked to them because, the number, it seems, fairly significant, so, and they both indicated that they thought 300,000, but on the safe side, they estimated 400,000, and, this is just much different from that number.
Remember, it wasn't too long, last year, about the same point, they projected a shortfall of about $1.2 million and, coming in the revenue line, and that's less than, it's less than where we were, for fiscal year, so, I mean, that number didn't end up being $1.2 million. Again, these numbers really, although it's a January 15th budget amendment, these revenue projections date back from November, so when we're projected out, so, like I said, we can always adjust up from there and recognize that at least it fits the plan and everything with the reduced revenue fits within, that's go from there, we'll go from there. Any money at that point in time is surplus and helps pay down deficit.
That's what I'm hoping.
I have a
No,
question,
that's
but
this
it's
January
probably not
14th.
exactly related, but it's about the
Isn't it?
budget, it's about our money.
This is January 22nd.
My understanding is we no longer have any clerical in the water department. Is that true? Are they all in the call center now?
We have Clerk 3 working DPW, water total. Clerk 3 working Department 8.
But then we moved a lot of them out of the water.
All Claire staff are all in the call center now.
Okay, where's the funding?
Today's the 14th.
What is the January
For
22nd?
what?
For the call center.
From all
So that should be
special
the 14th
revenue.
that's up there?
From all special revenue.
15.
What does that mean?
It's helping
This is the
offset
right one.
our,
No?
Yes.
it's helping offset our general fund
It is the attachment
needs
one.
per department, so everybody
So I'll
pays
stand up,
into
it's the right one in here.
to help, which is why we,
So you're taking money from
Consolidate
the
that.
water department to pay the call center?
correct, and we were doing that before this too.
I understand that, but we're not allowed to do that.
Sure we are, it's a reimbursement for
That's not what Plant
administrative
Moran
and
says, but.
overhead expenses.
Plant Moran says no, but.
Reimbursement for expenses. We're handling customer service for the water department, and that's how we pay for it. Clerk, the second clerk.
Plant Moran says we can't do that, but you say we can. So, well, okay, Jeff,
Ask them
I
if
you
they-
can
ask
roll
them
your
if the
eyes all
audit
you want, but I
bar-
can ask them the question and
We
I
have
got mine.
always taken $1
That's the
million
answer they gave me.
into the city from the water department to pay for administrative expense.
Okay, okay. He just
Saying
said you can't
million
take someone out of the
dollars.
clerk, we budgeted money in the clerk's office for someone in the clerk's office. If you take them out there and you put them in the call center and that's a department, you can't take money from the clerk's office and put it in another department to pay them without
I
going through
can't take
council.
water department and send it into the clerk's office, money to do clerk's work. No, I can't do that. But they are doing, they're not 100% funded, water department funded in the call
I'm just
center.
saying, of
A
any,
percentage of the call
any
center
department,
is,
you can't take someone out of the clerk's office and put them into the call center and say, we're gonna take the money out of the clerk's office without council approval.
we didn't take the money out of the clerk's
Where do you
office.
get the
The
money
clerk's
from?
money is already spent. The clerk's already over budgeted.
Ah,
Over
There we
budget
go.
for the current fiscal year to get there. So we're stopping, we continue to overspend in that budget. That money was already pulled out
It's
to,
already been spent. Okay, that's all.
I don't know what you look at when you just spent looking over the 5-year deficit plan. You just approved the 5-year deficit plan, which moved the money. If there was money to be moved out of clerks, it reduced it down, so we go through. There isn't any general fund money. So if you want to start pulling back from the police department to find money to fund your
Well, Mayor, am I
offices.
not allowed to ask a question and say that I did?
You're
check
asking
with
questions
Plante
that you
Moran?
should know. You've been here for 14
I should
years. You
know
should
that the
understand
So
how the
Plante Moran
budget
told me
works, the
wrong?
budget process
Okay,
works.
I should know.
The Plante Moran did not tell you that.
Okay.
You're not understanding what Plante Moran was saying to you.
Oh, I understood exactly, and I asked the question very plain. And I'm not that stupid.
Mayor, in some of the discussion, I know that in the DPW, we were anticipating the potential of the contract being approved, and I understand that that did not pass.
Which one?
The 1128 contract, the TA. The $500,000-ish money there, is that, are we still recognizing that the potential savings related to that TA, or is that something different?
I don't think any money really related to the TA has ever been fully inputted into the deficit plan.
Okay, good, then I must have misunderstood, because I thought you said that you were recognizing the TA that was on the board at that time.
Well,
And my only question, if we did.
we already, look, if I could, I'm sorry, we already implemented 80-20, and in 1128, it's already been transitioned to 80-20 because state law, so that preceded the contract. We still have accounted for in every budget line, $1,000 cash out within the departments related to those employees. That's still there, we didn't pull that money out. So, again, that would have changed in the TA, had the TA approved it, we would be on it, there was service credit related to, in the TA. And then, I think the only difference would have been pay rates related to the call center agents, and, I think there was, if we put it in there, it was higher, so it's actually not an unbudgeted amount.
So you're still comfortable with this number that's
Right.
right?
Because we didn't, because I think there was a change to clerk fee rates in there, but that wasn't incorporated into any of the budget lines with this, and, yeah, so I don't think everything else was pretty much language related, I believe, so it wasn't really any monetary, other than those, so it wasn't straight pay cut or change, but the 80-20 has already been incorporated, and when we moved all that to department lines, it's already been incorporated with those healthcare savings.
None of it was staffing related?
Correct.
Okay.